Good evening and welcome to our live presentation on behalf of Makor Disability Services. My name is Nachum Siegel, and we are live right in the midst of the Women's League Makor crowdfunding campaign, which goes until 8 p.m. tomorrow night at charity.com/Makkor. The total we have raised so far is over $750,000, and we're asking all of you to enjoy the show and at the same time donate generously so Makkor can continue to service the residences, programs, and clients that have been such an important part of our community for the last 5 decades. The easiest way to give is at charity.com/Makkor. That's charity, CHARIDY.com/Makkor. And thank you for getting us closer and closer to the $1.25 million goal. And just to clarify, we're at $737,982 at this moment. All donations are being triple matched. So when you give, you're giving a lot more than your actual donation. Keep that in mind as you consider your donation and as you suggest Makkor's campaign to your family and friends. Together, we can truly make the difference for Makor Women's League. Tonight's live event features great music and an exciting lineup. Benny Friedman, Joey Newcomb, and the Freilich Band are all with us tonight. We have been conveying a special message over the last few weeks, and that message is our home needs your heart, and we do need you to open our heart, to open your heart and support the work of Makkor. For almost 50 years, Makor Women's League has proven that we are the go-to organization to take care of those who are in challenging situations in our community. They turn residences into homes. They help parents give their children a wonderful life. They give opportunities to clients with the Makor College Experience program and so many other programs. Makkor needs your help to meet the needs of all the residential, therapeutic, social, medical, developmental, and spiritual needs of individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities. Please help now. Enjoy the show and at the same time, help get Makkor to the big goal. Thank you very much. We know how COVID has affected all of us in many ways. In this challenging time with major funding losses, Makkor has persevered with an administration and staff that made a round-the-clock commitment to keep Makkor going, even in the throes of a pandemic. It is tough out there, and Makkor has proven that they are tough enough to keep going. We just need your help to continue to make it happen. Charity.com/Makkor. Be as generous as you can and have your donation tripled right now. Let's explore more about the work and commitment of Makor Disability Services with this intro video, and keep giving at charity.com/Makkor.
I love Makor!
Makor Disability Services is an agency that has been around for over 40 years. Makor provides close to 1,000 different services to people with developmental disabilities. But it's not about the number. It's about each individual and the uniqueness of their needs that we will provide.
I'm telling you, this guy is a very good friend, yes.
And our motto of no child left behind.
I love Makkor.
That's what makes Makor Disability Services a unique agency. The population that we seem to be attracting are the most vulnerable, the most medically frail, the most behaviorally challenged.
I love Makkor.
Funding doesn't work based off of someone's needs. Funding is a general term. However, when you have a baby's home of the most medically frail individuals that can't live with their families, they sometimes end up in the hospital for a week or two at a time. We don't leave our children alone in the hospital. They are our responsibility, whether we're funded for it or not. No parent would do that to their child. When you walk into one of our homes, it will change your life. Well-staffed, well taken care of. It's our home. When the state has walked into our homes, they have been overwhelmed with the quality of care that we have been able to provide. That has allowed us to receive the prestigious Compass Award. This is the story of Makkor.
Continue to give at charity.com/Makkor. Be as generous as possible. Those donations are being tripled as we speak. Rabbi Burton Jaffa is chairman of the board of Makor Disabilities Services. An honor to start tonight's program with you as our first guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a feeling you've been with the organization for quite a while.
Yes, sir. It's been over 40 years. I think it's somewhat of an interesting story. I hope I don't belabor it. I had the pleasure of working with Rabbi Ronnie Greenwald many, many years ago at Torah Masora. Right. We shared an office. Excuse me. And one day, Rabbi Greenwald called me and he said, "Would you come to a meeting tonight?" I said, "Ronnie, I'm tired from meetings." And he said, "Please." And I came, and it was at Women's League, their first residence that they had opened in Borough Park on 13th Avenue. And I expected to walk into a place that smelled like a hospital and felt like a hospital. And I walked into this home that smelled like everybody else's beautiful home. And the consumers and the residents just loved Mrs. Warman. You could see that love. She is the woman who's founded Makkor. Right. And after that first meeting, I said, if the people in that facility could show such love to seriously disabled individuals, then there's something to say. And I got involved, and I've remained involved for the last almost 50 years.
And I'm sure there have been times in all these decades where you've said to yourself, you know, I gave a lot of time, a lot of commitment to the organization. Maybe it's time to move on. But there must be something that keeps you going. There must be something that you see on a regular basis that says to you, you know what, I want to stay with this effort. What is it?
You're very perceptive. I think what I saw additionally and what I've continued to see is a level of care that you almost can't buy, as the expression goes. There are, this is on a side note, there are 782 institutions in the state that provide services for the developmentally disabled. Right. But there are only 4 agencies which are rated as a Compass agency in the state of New York, and Makkor is one of those 4. In English, it's similar to saying that we all know what a 5-star hotel is. There are very few 5-star hotels. And so when you see the love and the commitment that is shown by the people, the leadership, Elliot Brownstein, who I believe you're going to be interviewing, and Sally Seawald, people who have given, and the staff, the frontline people, that keeps you going.
Rabbi Burton Jaffa, I mentioned in the opening, when COVID struck and this unique situation with all the residences exists in a model that, as you described, has worked, thank God, for many decades, one didn't know how the staff would react. One didn't know how, you know, an enclosed situation like that, multiplied by so many times with so many residents, how they'd handle it. And I'm told that my description, that they went into a round-the-clock, do whatever's necessary for the clients, was exactly what happened. How would you describe what the last few months have been like?
I would concur, and I would just go a step further. I think one of the interesting points that make Makkor very, very unique, I think, is that we have a policy from the inception of the organization that when one of the residents in the facility has to go into a hospital, right, we have a staff member from that facility who spends 24/7 in the hospital. This year alone, that program, which is not reimbursable by the state at all, costs $360,000. And one of the things that we're trying to accomplish this evening in the fundraising campaign is to help cover programs and innovative and creative programs like that expense.
That's a great example when people now consider should they give and be part of this whole effort. Could you give me one or two other examples, things that when people give tonight and help Makkor reach its goal, things that will be funded by their contributions?
To a great extent, what will be funded is the funds that the state is no longer giving to these programs. At one point, years ago, 99.6% of your budget was covered by state funds. The state of New York is in a serious financial position. And so one of the things they do is they cut services from those who are in desperate need, and like the population that can't really stand up and yell for themselves.
So state aid is lessened, but the programs that you run and start only increases.
Exactly right, sir. I thank you.
It must be difficult, I'll tell you.
It is. It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
I can only imagine. Everybody can give at the charity.com/Makkor, charity.com/Makkor. Is this the mindset, by the way, with yours and probably a lot of other organizations, that right now, in the midst of this crisis, we need to get through this? We need to do what's possible for the community to support us, then we'll worry about what's going to happen after that.
That is correct. This problem is prevalent in every agency that is serving this population, and it's the staff. They do yeoman work. They're doing sentry duty on a tightrope, and they're giving everything of themselves.
You have to be pretty impressed. We're getting towards 750,000.
We are. We are very, very, very. We have never undertaken a project like this, and we are very thankful to the many people who have contributed and have made this a success and will make this a bigger success. And we thank you for your efforts as well, sir.
When I sit here with you, I feel like I'm sitting with a Jewish communal legend. So I appreciate you joining us tonight.
I thank you.
I had a feeling you wouldn't appreciate that.
I thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your humility doesn't allow for it. Rabbi Burton Jaffa, chairman of the board, Makor Disability Services, charity.com/Makkor. Let's see those numbers go up. We have exceeded 750,000. Let's see us get close to that goal. And now, it's good you stuck around, everybody. We've got some exciting entertainment. Please welcome Benny Friedman and Joey Newcomb.
Hashem besimcha Bolefana birnana lefana birnana Hey! Idu es Hashem besimcha Idu es Hashem besimcha Bolefana birnana lefana birnano Didi-da, didi-da, didi-da-da-da Didi-da, la-la, la Didi-ma, didi-da, didi-da-da-da La-la, didi-da Didi-da, didi-da, didi-da-da-da Didi-da, didi-da, la Didi-ma, didi-da, didi-da-da-da Ay, didi-da Yeah!
Let's hear a big hand in your living room for Joey Newcomb. For the Freilach band. We got Nachum Siegel in the house.
Heilige of Nachum Siegel.
Heilige of Nachum Siegel. And of course, a wonderful organization, Makkor. They give their heart and their time to the Ebersted's children.
Kiyanu Amecha.
Kiyanu Amecha, Gival, Yanu Vanecha. Gival. I learned all the lingo, the perfect lingo.
You're getting the hang of it, Heilige Brother Benny. By the way, you should know Brother Benny is mamish. It's a schus to be once again. I don't know if you're sick of me and Brother Benny already over there. But Lamaisa, there's a chiddush now because we're with Freilich, but of course with Makkor, the Heilige Makkor, looking out for Klal Yisrael. Everybody says Kiyanu Amecha. Everybody says Kiyanu Vanecha. No matter what type of child you are, however you were born in the world. You know what I'm saying, Brother Benny over there?
I hear you over there, Brother Joey. This is going to be like this the whole night. You hear me over there? This is you spend enough time with Brother Joey over there, that's how you start to talk. It's very contagious. Be careful.
Well, I said, Brother Benny went to PTA. He walked into the school. The teacher's like, oh, Shalom Aleichem. He's like, oh, why over there? Why over there? Like, oh, I don't know about this. Now I see where his kid gets it from over there.
What do you think about writing a new song for Makkor? Just right now tonight, make up a new song.
Brand new song.
You have the guitar, you have the microphone, we have the Freilach band, everything's here. Let's do it.
You know what?
And you have the talent, though. Let's see.
Oh, Gaval, Heilige Brother Benny over there. Okay, we'll go for it. You ready? I'm going to start like this. I bet you never heard this song. You ready, Nachmanov? By the way, there's a Yid Nachman on guitar. His mom is from the Heilige Yidden. You ready for this?
Top three.
Top three guitarists right now. Yes, last night it was top four. I don't know what happened overnight. Something switched
Right.
last night.
The ratings.
Here we go. You ready? Nachman, give me over here. Am I on over here? There we go. Bet you never heard this one, Brother Benny.
Sounds great.
I think the song will go like this over there. Sweet children of Makor, you make the sky shine so blue. I said, yes, it's true. I said, sweet children of Makor, the Abishter's watching over you. I said, yes, it's true. I said, hey!
Wow, this is Mamish HaGeval. Everybody, clap along.
Sweet children of Makor, your faces shine every day. Sweet children of Makor, don't forget to open the website and make sure you donate. Take it out over there. Hey!
Let's hear a big hand for Joey Newcomb. Off the top of your head, what a great hit song.
Mama, off the top of my head. You
Sweet
understand?
Children of Makkor.
I bet you ever heard that song before?
That is amazing. I don't know, but it sounds like it could be an instant classic. What do you think about a
Okay,
song
I
like
don't know. Are
this?
we voting right now? Reb Tzvi, was that a top 5? 1 to 10? 3.
Top
You
3.
believe this? On
Opa.
1 to 10, it gives me a 3.
An instant top 3.
Okay, we're gonna have to go, Brother Benny. Take a shot at it.
What do you say about...
Am I supposed to be playing for your song?
Huh?
Am I supposed to be playing for your song?
You gotta play for my song. I'm standing here with no guitar. Who's gonna play for my song? It's all about the special kinderla. Der Eberster's heilige kinderla. It's all about the special kinderla. Donate to Makkor today. Opa, what do you think about that? It's all about the special kinderla. Hashem's precious little kinderla. It's all about the little kinderla. Donate to Makkor today. Aha.
Very deep.
What do you
Not
think about that
donate your
Freilish
car.
band? Now we got something here.
Donate your car, not donate your car.
Donate to
Makkor.
Makkor.
Donate your... Does anybody say core? Nobody says core. In Chicago, they say core.
Because in Chicago, there's yes, how to make core.
Okay, by the way. You know what? Whether you like the song or not, makes no difference to me. You know why? Because I have enough money here to last me for the rest of my life. Unless I want to buy something. I don't care if you laugh, because I know who I am. That's right. That's right. I once went to a psychiatrist. He took a look at me. He said, "This is not you." I said, "This is not me. Then who is it?" He said, "I don't know either." So I said, "Then what do I need you for?" He said, "Together we're going to look for the real you." I said, "If I don't know who I am, how do I know what to look for?" What's going on over here?
This is the Haligat of Jackie.
Do you know what? Hey, look at him, Jackie. But you know what? We're never Mayayers. Whether you like those songs or not, whether they're lousy or not, I think they're good. But you know what? Sometimes the Yid says, "I give up." Should we give up, Brother Benny?
How could we give up?
Maybe we should give up. What?
Breslev Yid, the Haligat of Nachman, didn't only say, he would say from the rooftops.
Tell it to me, Brother Benny, over there. Come on.
Shabbat Mikoy Legovodoy.
Ein Shom, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ein Shom, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right, Brother Benny. It's Chatoy and Imask. You have to do tshuva for having years. Ein Shom, yeah, Yushba, Wavoy, Long, Cloud. Give it to me one more time, I look at a Benny.
We made a main Shabbat Mikoy Legovodoy.
That one went right in. That one went right in. Ein Shom, yeah, 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 yeah. Ein Shom, yeah, 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 yeah. Ein shum yeyosh ba'olam klal. Here we go, Chavi, right to dance and sing my brain. 1, 2, 3, let's go down. Beinu shua, b'koyim.
Ein shum yeyosh, ein shum yeyosh, ein shum yeyosh ba'olam klal. Rabbeinu shua. Sing so yeah you know long climb
it's fun you know liot besimcha besimcha tameh it's fun you know liot besimcha besimcha tameh here we go Back to the Heilige Reb Nachum over there.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Both Benny Friedman and Joey Newcomb coming up with more later in the show. We have exceeded $764,000. Continue to give at charity.com/Makkor. Mr. Elliot Brownstein is the CEO of Makor Disability Services. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me, Nachum.
A pleasure. How long have you been associated with Makkor?
Since December of '79.
Oh, wow, that's quite a stretch. So you've seen a lot of very positive changes over the years. What I mean by that is growth and expansion. I mean, Makkor is doing so many millions of things now.
Thank God. The agency has grown. The field has grown. A lot more individuals being helped.
We should mention, by the way, that individuals of all ages, right? Families that have babies and small children to residents that are of all ages, right?
We have the youngest we've taken in was 2 months. And we had a young man that passed away just under 97. So
quite a range, huh?
Thank God.
To say the least. What can you tell us about running an organization at a time like this? I mean, we are trying to convince everybody out there that not just for the fact that they can see some great entertainers, but because it's a great cause, they should be adding to the totals that we're looking for the Makkor campaign. What would you say to people about trying to run an organization like this in these unique times?
At first, I tell you need a lot of siyata d'shmaya. You need a lot of heavenly help. Just as everyone else has been restricted to their homes and you have to wear protective equipment, it's not always available. You have to have staff take care of those individuals that are in their homes. And thank God for the last 9 months, we've been fortunate to have a very dedicated staff working with them. We have many staff that literally slept in the homes to take care of the individuals that live there. We've had to have programs to try to enhance the salaries. Many of the individuals normally will go out of the homes and go to jobs, to day programs, and those weren't available. So they basically stayed home 24/7 many of them for those 9 months. And
That's one of the greatest drawbacks of this time. People think that some of the things you described are obviously really important. The staff gets a tremendous amount of credit, but just the general day schedules that the residents normally have, they didn't have it this time around. When did they start coming back? July, August, a little bit after? When did they start coming back?
September, they started going back. Some of the individuals are able to use the computer, and the individuals in the Makor College program,
Right.
there were classes going on by computers.
So they
But so they continued their schooling. But most of the individuals in their dayhabs, our population by and large that are living in the residence are mostly profound. They're not able to look at a computer screen and gain much from it. So the staff had to keep them busy, ensure that they continue to have joy and happiness in their lives. I mean, they're able to watch and enjoy watching Joey Newcomb and Betty Friedman. That will keep them happy. You know, there's so much they could do in the time available to them. The last few months, they have been going out in safe places, but it's been a challenge.
I'm glad you mentioned the Jewish music component, by the way, because it's really a big part of
It's a
of the
major
residents.
part. They enjoy Jewish music very much.
The fact that we have singers here tonight is not lost on everybody who knows about the work of Makkor.
And right now, those singers are being live streamed in our homes.
Right.
So they're going to enjoy it.
Elliot Brownstein, if it's over 4 decades for you, is there one story or one episode where you said to yourself, boy, this makes it worthwhile to be with this organization? Anything come to mind?
You know, when Mrs. Warman opened up the agency, it was her dream to make it as much like each and everybody's home.
Right.
And we can never really do that. Parents have a certain connection and parents have a certain love, but we could try. And when we opened up a baby's home, Mrs. Warman's feeling was we should only treat those individuals that she didn't feel would ever be able to be in a regular home.
Right.
And of those the first group that moved into the infant's home, 3 of those children, she was able to get into a home with a mother and father. One of them, slowly but surely, was able to be brought back to the family. 2 of them were able to be adopted. And the one that went back to the family eventually got married. And it was beautiful to see that. But it's also beautiful to see that the individuals who have dreams, there was a young man that was in love with Hatzalah. And through connections with Hatzalah, who was very, very helpful, he was able to ride in the ambulance and see where the call is. And he was safely able to live those dreams. And there were families that had a number of individuals with disabilities that some of them were able to move in, others were able to help in their homes, and we were able to, as much as possible, complete their lives.
A lot of little things and a lot of big things that you've seen. Elliot Brownstein is the CEO of Makor Disability Services. He and I recommend that you go to charity.com/Makkor. We're already at $766,000. Again, charity.com/Makkor, and be as generous as possible. Every single donation is being tripled. And thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
We're going to get a special video message and be back with more. Again, keep giving. Charity.com/Makkor.
Hi, this is Leah Hirth from Harmony Services. Harmony and Makkor have had a very special relationship for over 14 years. A lot of individuals from Makkor's group homes attend Harmony's day habilitation programs, Kinar David and Kinar Malka, and we've seen firsthand how they come to program. They are well-dressed, well-groomed, come with a big smile, and we just know that they're very well taken care of. We had an individual in our program who moved into a Makkor group home. She had a lot of special needs. She told us how happy she is, how she feels so secure. She feels so well taken care of. This is coming from the individuals themselves. Harmony was originally founded to serve high-functioning individuals in the community, and this was a void that existed at the time. So over the years, when Makkor would call us and ask us to take in people into our program that didn't quite fit in, we would take them anyway because we knew that we could work with Makkor and we would always be on the same page. They would always be there for us, and we know that they will give whatever support is necessary to make it a success. And a success is what it always is.
Good evening, everybody. It's really a covet that Makkor, known in the past as Women's League, had asked me to contribute my feelings in working with Women's League since the mid-70s up till now, which is about 45 plus years. I actually know Avigdor Brownstein and Dr. Lerner way before then when they were counselors in Camp Haskin. They worked at the Haskin residence, upstate New York. One of the nicest things that, from the way back up till even today, is that when the individuals come to program in the morning, they're all dressed neatly, clean, well-fed, they look good, they're happy. What more could a parent ask when they place their individual in their residence for their children to be schmeckadig when they come to their program, when they leave the house to their program? First of all, I'd like to say hello to Mrs. Warman. Zalzang is in for 120 years, and enjoy nachas from a family. Look what a legacy she has. Hatzlacha Rabbah to Makkor, to all the people that made it happen for so many years. Dr. Stephen Glicksman, Dr. Lerner, Avigdor Brownstein, Tzali. These are the pillars of Women's League. Hatzlacha Rabbah and everything that you do. Continue for 120 years to serve the people who need our service. And Hashem should help. You should join nachas from your family as well.
Thank you very much for all those special messages. Everyone keep on giving. Dr. Jacob Schachter is with us. In addition to being a community doctor, he is a parent of a Makkor resident. Dr. Schachter, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
Let's start with being a medical professional. What's your assessment? How do things look in terms of how Makkor operates from a medical standpoint?
It's refreshing when you see any one of the Makkor residents, either as a patient in your private office or in the hospital. The dedication, the single-mindedness, the continuous effort from all of the counselors, and the personal touch that you see with each one of the clients is above and anything that you could imagine. It's total dedication.
You're probably often saying to yourself, these counselors, these supervisors probably come from very good stock, probably come from really good parents who've taught them how to take care of others.
Well, they're all special people, and they've obviously been interviewed and chosen to see that we get the best personalities and people to deal with these patients and clients that need extra care.
We mentioned you're a parent of a Makkor resident. I mean, I can imagine just how careful parents are in terms of the situation they put their child in. What could you tell us about the experience that your child's had with Makkor?
Either at the home or any time that my son, who's a resident there, has had any sort of need, the personal dedication and the friendliness and the warmth and the continuous effort to make his stay be at least as good as in his own home. Since you are in the musical industry, one of the wonderful things that they have done is, since he has a tremendous bent towards music, they go out of their way to make him feel comfortable and to have every bit of entertainment that he can have. And any time that he has any other needs, they're always available. And it's all with a personal touch.
What do the residences mean to parents, not just in terms of the supervision we just discussed, but in terms of the general idea that often it's a challenge for siblings and parents to have challenging situations? Makkor comes in and is obviously helping out a great deal. What does it mean being a parent and having some of that burden lifted from you?
Well, one of the most difficult decisions that any parent would have to make is trying to give over some of the responsibilities that they have towards their child, because they've been used to taking care of every need that a child has. And being there full time is no easy task. What they do is they have individuals that are assigned, and these children and adults develop a relationship with each one of the counselors in the environment, and you can see it every single time they talk to each other.
Must be hard when some counselors move on to next stage of their life.
Absolutely.
And of their career.
It's just heartwarming to see that there is that extra personal touch and that extra going the extra mile that these children need.
And Dr. Schachter, just to make it clear, you and your family see your son at many times, right? It's not like
Well, we usually have him home on a regular basis. Unfortunately, these last 10 months have been a tremendous challenge for any parent, besides for which on the staff and the home, it's been an extra burden because they've had to take care of these children 24/7 for a continuous period where there's almost no break.
And by limiting traffic, you're helping them out. You know?
Yes.
Not an easy situation, to say the least. You know why we're here tonight? It sounds like you would strongly recommend that everybody who's watching should give and have their donations tripled.
The donations make a difference to these children all the time, because some of the things that the counselors and that the homes would like to supply to these residents is sometimes not as easy, just because there are shortfalls, and the government has gotten more and more difficult with some of their funding.
The government funding lessens and the programs and services increase. That seems to be the trend. Dr. Schachter, I thank you very much for joining us tonight. Everybody out there, $776,000, not bad. Keep it coming. The goal is 1.25, and we go until 8 o'clock tomorrow night Eastern Time. This presentation is till 10 o'clock tonight, but the campaign continues, charity.com/Makkor, until tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And now it's time for some more music. Let's welcome back Joey Newcomb.
How are you, Rabbi? How are you, Rabbi? How are you over there, Rabbi? Rabbi, how are you, Makkor? How are you, Makkor? How are you over there, Makkor? Makkor, hey, Makkor, let's go, love, upon him, yo, one voice. Rabbi, Rabbi, hey, Rabbi, Rabbi, Rabbi. How are you over there, Rabbi? I get the walk, I'm mazel the give up, Simcha the give up, Rabbi, Rabbi. I get the walk, I'm mazel the give up, Shavuot, Rabbi, Rabbi. Elio, I know me, Elio, I wish me. And Elio, I know me. Bimmeira, Yapa, Yeleno. In Mashiach, Belendo, Rabbi, Rabbi, Rabbi. Hey, the good Rabbi. Elio, wanna be Zakola, Rabbi. Rabbi, I get in Choyde. Rabbi, Rabbi, Chodesh Tov, חבר'ה, Rabbi, Rabbi, מזבח חודש בציון תבוכים, יואל עשרש חודש, נעלה עולו, מזבח חודש בציון תבוכים, יואל עשרש חודש, נעלה עולו, Rabbi, Rabbi, hey, the good Rabbi, the Mi gewalt Chabre, give me harmony. And let us be zoiche. Let us be zoiche. That this year, let it be this year, I should be able to look at another year and I could say, sing with me, Chavre. Ja, gitten Tisha B'Av, a freilichen Tisha B'Av, a lichtige Tisha B'Av, alle Jiden, alle Jiden. A gitten Tisha B'Av, a freilichen Tisha B'Av, let it be this year. Heilige Tisha B'Av, Reb Ye, V'li Yerushalayim, Yecha. Oy, 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 Berachamim, Kavavo, Vashu. V'sish goyin b'soicha, v'sish goyin b'soicha. Ikavava, Vasher, Diyi, Bawatom. Reb Ye, Heilige Reb Ye, Reb Ye. How are you over there, Reb Ye? You know, we said in the words, we said, Heaven Makabal is Kala Adam, B'Sever Padam Yafas. And we said, Hawaii Makkor. So right in the middle of the song, I thought to myself, this is a new deher in the Inyan. Heaven Makabal is Kala Adam. Everybody, whatever type of Yid you are, however you were born with your kaiches, this is Makkor, and Makabal everybody, every child of the Eibishter. So we beg Hashem they should open our eyes. We should see the beauty of every neshama, the beauty of everything. Mamish Gaval. Sing with me, Chavre. Yigale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Yigale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Mitoy rasecho. Yigale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Yigale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Mitoy rasecho. Open my eyes and let me see the beauty of your Torah. We open my eyes and let me see the wonders of your Torah. Only open my eyes and let me see your beauty through the Torah. Open my eyes and let me see your wonders through the Torah. Open our eyes and let us see the beauty of everything, Mamash. Every neshama in the world. So sing the words with me, Chavre. Hoigale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Igale v'yabito nifluos. Mitoy rasecho. One more time together, Chavre. Igale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Igale bebeina v'yabito nifluos. Mitoy rasecho. Oh, open my eyes and let me see the beauty of these neshamas. Open my eyes and let me see the wonders of all neshamas. Oh, open my eyes, and let me see your beauty through the Torah. Open my eyes and let me see beauty of everything through the Torah. Yeah. way of everything through the Torah. Heilige Torah. So I said, Abish has shluchim, he sends into this world. There are different people that are sent down here to take care of other Yidden. And we are so grateful to Hashem that we're zeicha to have organizations like Makkor and like all the Heilige Yidden behind Makkor. We have to thank Hashem zusammen, Chevre! Let's go! Lasher ki toy ki liyolam chadoy oy du lasher ki toy boy ki liyolam chadoy oy 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 du lasher ki toy ki liyolam chadoy oy du lasher ki toy ki liyolam chadoy. Sing with me, everyone. Moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem. Kilioilam lioilam chadoy, kiliroi. Hapa moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem. Kilioilam lioilam chadoy. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Oh, thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Oh, thank you for Makkor. They do so much for Klal Yisrael. Let me hear Chevra. Thank you, Hashem. Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem. Kilioilam lioilam chazdor. Hapa moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem, Hapa moide es Hashem. Kilioilam lioilam chazdor. Sing with me, Chavre, right? Thank you, Hashem. I did it and I love. Thank you, Hashem. Oh, I did it and I love. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Oh, I did it and I love. Thank you, Hashem. Did it and I love. Thank you, Hashem. Did it and I love. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Oh, oh, hey. Back to the Heilige Nachum Siegel.
Thank you very much, Joey. We're at 782,000 with a $1.25 million goal by tomorrow night. Please continue to give. Charity.com/Makkor. Sally Seawald is with us, COO of Makor Disability Services. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nachum.
From where you sit as COO of the organization, we could probably spend the next few minutes simply telling people why it's so important to increase that number from $782,000. We keep, it's funny, these shows develop a theme, and I think you've heard already that the theme for tonight seems to be that government funding continues to lessen while services and programs continue to increase. How difficult a situation does that make for your office?
You will never see me accept the excuse of government cuts. I don't focus on cuts. I focus on growth.
Nice.
And there are three audiences that are going to help us get through this campaign and go forward. Number one is our tremendous board of directors, led by Burton Jaffa, Elliot Brownstein as the CEO, we have an incredible board that's got together around a conference room table and said, it's time for us to make miracles. Let's do it. And it's starting with this campaign, with the amount of money that they were able to raise as matchers. This is our opportunity for growth. The second group that's going to help us succeed and why we're doing this is our over 800 staff. Over 800 staff provide services throughout all of our Makkor programs. I'm looking in the camera right now and thinking every single one of them. They are the first responders. They went in on the first day of the pandemic. They pretty much haven't left since. They are the reason that we are going to succeed. But tonight, the reason we need to raise money is not about cutbacks. I drive to work every single day on the Bell Parkway. At least 3 days a week, I get to speak to a father, a mother, a sister, a brother who are struggling, where services are not enough, where the help they need and the services that are available are not enough. And they plead with guys like myself and a few of my professional colleagues, please help us. We're struggling. Our families are struggling. People are struggling. And I said, I need a campaign like this to build up some money to be able to not have to ever say no to a family in need. And that's my mission. That's what this campaign is about. I'm here to make miracles. I can't do it alone, but I have 800 amazing staff, an incredible administration, an incredible board of directors are going to help us do it. And that's why I need everyone to open up their wallets, take out that credit card or checks, and help us raise the money needed. This is an incredible organization. The community needs our help. We need your help to meet those needs.
These services and the programs that you described, those that are implemented after those conversations with parents, siblings, etc., as time goes by, they become necessities. As time goes by, they're not programs that are temporary that you're then eliminating. They're programs and services, I would assume, that stay essentially forever.
Unfortunately, around 3 weeks ago, we had a child that was NIFTR, who lived in one of our homes, and due to medical ailments beyond COVID was NIFTR. And I told a few parents when I met with them 2 weeks ago, and I'm telling this now to the larger audience, I had 3 applications on my desk of people whose life would change if they were placed in our children's home, and only able to take one of those children. It was the worst day I've had since I've taken over as the COO of this agency 3 years ago, because I couldn't say yes to everyone. And I promised myself I don't want to have to say no in the future. And I'm now looking seriously in the camera at those families that I did say no. We won't forget, and we're going to keep on pushing till we don't have to say no to anyone.
And for those who might be cynical or skeptical, it really does come down to dollars and cents. If you have the funding and people either want to dedicate specifically for the children you just mentioned or help out by making space in residences or expanding them, that's all it requires is more money.
Absolutely, 100%. Mrs. Warman, Elliot Brownstein, right, Burton Jaffa, our board, they never say no. The goal is not to say no. The goal is to keep on changing lives. The goal is for Makkor is on the map. Unfortunately, fortunately, the families that need to know about us, they know plenty of us, plenty about us. It's our opportunity now for the broader part of our Jewish community to get to know who we are. There are miracles going on here every single day.
Charity.com/Makkor. We're just approaching $785,000. I remind everybody the campaign goes until 10 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night. Finally, there are COOs that are frustrated that they don't have active boards. It sounds like you don't have that problem.
Luckiest man alive. We have an incredible, incredible board. I don't want to mention anyone specifically.
We'll meet some tonight.
That I can't do it, but there will be 2 extremely dedicated board members who will be on here later. I get calls every single day. What can we do to help you? I'm the luckiest guy in the world. My goal now is to go out and make everybody else as lucky as I am.
Sally Sewell, the COO of Makor Disability Services, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank
The
you.
message is very simple. You heard Sally. The more money, the more services, the more programs, and the more families that can be helped. So far, so good. 786,000 is a good number when we have just about 24 hours left to the campaign, but we need that number to climb to the goal of 1.25 million and to climb beyond that number. So please be as generous as you can. Everything is tripled. Charity.com/Makkor, charity, CHARIDY.com/Makkor, and spread the word on social media, your WhatsApp groups, to family and friends that they should give at charity.com/Makkor. We're going to go to this video message and be back with more. Again, charity.com/Makkor.
Hi, my name is Esther Kaplan. I am the program director for OTSAR Family Services Adult Dayhabilitation Program. The founding directors of OTSAR Family Services have had an outstanding and close relationship with Women's League, Makkor, for over 40 years. Currently, in our Dayhabilitation program, we have participants that reside in a number of the Women's League residences, and we are very impressed with how well we can connect with the residence manager and the residence staff whenever anything comes up, and their ability to be on hand and to prioritize the participants and their individuals as number one. The fact that our participants come into our program very happy, energetic, reflects on the agency, Women's League, for their ability to care for them. Though OTSAR does not have residences, very often we have families that contact us for our input as to where they should go, and we would refer them to Women's League Makkor.
Good evening, everyone. I am David Mandel, the Chief Executive Officer of OHEL Children's Home and Family Services. And it's really a privilege to participate in this conversation with Avigdor Elliott Bronstein and his colleagues and the board from Makkor, formerly Women's League. Elliott is a dear colleague. I know how he devotes himself to Makkor, to the families, to the many individuals that they serve, to the employees and to the community. This year has been challenging for everyone listening. Families, communities, a very difficult year. And similarly, it's been challenging for Makkor to continue to do their important work. And I join in a request to you to help the organization so they can continue to do their work in the residences and day programs and all the families that they serve throughout the many communities. We all hope that you continue to stay well, safe, healthy, you, your families, and that you can respond as generously as you can. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for all the special messages. I do remind everybody that there's a website, charity.com/Makkor. It's a good chance you're on it right now. Hit the donate button and everything you give is worth 3 times as much. We're at $787,000. Let's continue to get to our goal for Makkor Disability Services. Dr. Stephen Glicksman is with us. He's Director of Clinical Innovation and founder of the Makor College Experience. Dr. Glicksman, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Glicksman is joined by 2 students in the Makor College Experience, and that's Yoshua Feinberg and Avrami Murmelstein. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Dr. Glicksman will have a chance to speak with them in just a moment. You see the activities of Makkor on a regular basis. You've described them for us on the air. Why is tonight such an important night? Why is it so vital to keep the programs and services of Makkor going?
Makkor really helps so many people in so many different ways. And the ripple effect between the individuals we serve, the families, the communities that have us on their block or have us in their classrooms or have us on their campuses, just the joy and the inspiration, and not an inspiration in like a way that's fake, like an inspiration in a way of just having everybody included. In psychology, I'm a psychologist. In psychology, the word integrate means to make whole, like an integrated personality. So when we talk about integrating people with specialized needs into the community, it's not the people that are being integrated, it's the community that's being made whole by everyone's presence and everyone's inclusion.
It's one of the points we haven't yet brought up tonight. I'm so glad you're bringing it up because a lot of people might be skeptical and wonder if the residents, in fact, would enhance the community. You could say from firsthand experience that that all of them seem to do that.
Yeah, 100%. That having welcoming a group home on your block, having that center of just chesed and kindness and happiness and inclusion as a model to your children, as a model to your visitors, your guests, it enhances a community more than anything else.
You're Director of Clinical Innovation. Tell me about the resilience that residents and staff have had over the last few months.
So it's really been incredible. I know, as Mr. Brownstein mentioned, that our staff has gone above and beyond, our direct support staff, our nursing staff, our managers. And as I've shared with you in the past, we've had occasions in the past, blizzards, storms, that sort of thing, where staff couldn't get home at the end of a shift, staff couldn't come in at the beginning of a shift, and we had people stay over and sleep over and 24 hours just there caring. This, that for 10 months was just way beyond anything we've ever encountered.
And in all fairness to the staff, because it's unprecedented, right? It's not a 2-day blizzard, it's all these months. You really didn't know how people would react and how they'd be able to adjust. So they get even more credit than they would in a normal emergency situation.
Yeah, and people really, to a very real degree, risking their lives at points to care for people who needed care.
Yeah, if you think about the last few months, that's 100% accurate. As we introduce Yoshua and Avrami, tell us about the Makor College Experience.
So the Makor College Experience is a college experience program that Makkor runs in partnership with Yeshiva University. Yeshiva University, in many ways, is so much more than just a university. For a lot of people, it's kind of their next step in their Jewish growth. And for a long time, for arguably valid reasons, people with intellectual disabilities were excluded from that experience. So a few years ago, Makkor approached YU and said, we have an idea. We'd like to run a program on your campus that mirrors a typical yeshiva college day. Right. So we have our own rebbes, we have our own teachers, we have our own classes, but we're part of campus life. So we daven in the Beis Medrash, we pray in the synagogues, we
go to sports events.
We go to sports events, we're part of campus life. We're in clubs. We've had people over the years become officers of clubs. And again, the idea that, when the state came, when New York State came to visit the program at YU, and we walked down the hallway and everybody was just greeting people by names. And we were able to point to signs like club advertisements on the walls and say, that guy in the background, I think I'm sitting at the table with everybody else, like that's one of our guys.
I'm smiling.
That's one of our guys.
I've seen this in action. I've been on the campus and I've seen the counselors and those who are, helping them guide through their day. I've seen them in action, and they're just loving the college life up there, during regular times, of course.
Yeah, and even now, we've been on campus since September 1st.
Wow,
in the beginning, it was just us and the smicha students, the rabbinical students. We were making sure the campus was still functioning. And one story I like to tell is that at the end of our first year on campus, the yeshiva has a siyum. Right? A celebration of completion of their learning. Right. So our guys were included in that. We went to it. We didn't necessarily complete what everybody else completed, but we completed what our goals were. And I went to take a picture of the guys at the Makkor table. And I walked in and I found that there was no Makkor table. Everybody was just scattered throughout the yeshiva with the friends they've met.
Yoshua and Avrami. Yoshua?
Yes.
Tell me about the college program, the Makor College Experience. What can you tell us from your point of view?
Well, it's a 3-year program. The first year we do learning and filling out job applications. The second year we take a look to see which jobs are out there. The third year we do internships. Some people do internships on campus. And there's an optional 4th year. You don't have to do it, but it's optional.
Dr. Glicksman, you're overworking these guys. My gosh, they've got a full schedule and a lot on their plate. Avrami, what can you tell us from your perspective about the Makor College Experience?
Well, the guys are very nice to me and very friendly. And I like learning about different subjects, math, reading, spelling, psychology. and different stuff like that.
Wow. So they really have a full plate subject-wise as well.
They do, yeah. And the classes, like I teach psychology to the Makkor guys. I also teach psychology at Yeshiva College. But in my Yeshiva College classes, the psychology is about theories and, studies and that sort of thing. Whereas in the psychology class of Makkor, it's about practical psychology. It's about learning how to have a conversation. It's about learning interpersonal relationships. It's about learning just how to succeed as a member of society.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Dr. Steven Glicksman, Yoshua Feinberg, and Avrami Mermelstein, and all of them join me in asking you to help Makkor continue with services like this, with incredible programs like this. I've seen it up close and personal on the campus. It really is amazing. We're at $791,000. Dr. Glicksman and I believe that we can get to $800,000 in the next few minutes. We just need your help. And tell your friends and relatives as well to go to charity.com/Makkor, charity.com/Makkor. Every donation is tripled. It's as simple as that. So every time you give, you're giving a lot more than you think. We're at $791,000. Please, Makkor Disability Services, all the services we've described, the array of services and programs, all need your financial help. Please respond and help us keep it going. Charity.com/Makkor. We have a special video and presentation now from Benny Friedman. Keep on giving, everybody, and here's Benny.
I need the beginning of the lyrics. I need the beginning of the lyrics.
There's a sparkle in my eyes, hoping that you'd see my deepest thanks for all you've given me. Although a house is built with just cement and stone, only warmth and gentle caring builds a home. So Makor, if you could feel my heart, you'd soon understand what sets you apart. Because a structure can be built with carpentry, but only love and kindness builds a family. So for all the thoughtfulness you've shown, I'm thanking you, Makor, you are my home. I may walk a little slow and often stumble as I go. Things are not as they seem. I too have hopes and dreams that when I walk through my front door, I'm feeling safe and secure, so that my heart breaks out in song, knowing this is where I belong. Although a house is built with just cement and stone, only warmth and gentle caring builds a home. So Makor, if you could feel my heart, you'd soon understand what sets you apart. Because a structure can be built with carpentry, but only love and kindness builds a family. So for all the thoughtfulness you've shown, I'm thanking you, Makkor, you are my own. In the company of friends, your helping hand extends with with attention and concern. You help me grow, you help me learn. It's the perfect place for me, where I know I'm meant to be, and for everything you do, Makkor, I owe so much to you. Although a house is built with just cement and stone, only warmth and gentle caring builds a home. So Makkor, if you could feel my heart, you'd soon understand what sets you apart. Because a structure can be built with carpentry, but only loving kindness builds a family. So for all the thoughtfulness you've shown, I'm thanking you, Makkor. You are my home. Beautiful, beautiful. I must say, having spent some time with the staff at Makkor and the residents, it was such a beautiful thing to see the pure display of Avas Yisrael, how every Jew is the most precious thing in the world. It was just so beautiful to see Yehudi to Yehudi. Please sing along, here we go.
יהודי זה אחי, זה שלם לא חצי, זהו כוח אדיר לעולם הוא מאיר. יהודי זה הכל, לעולם לא ייפול, זהו זן מיוחד. כל העולם נושא עיניים בירושלים, לארץ כה קטנה, ומדברים בלי סוף עדיין, אבל בינתיים עברה לה עוד שנה. לכל מקום שבו תלך, כולם יודעים שבניסים הוא מתקיים, ואת כל מי שרק תשאל, תשמע שעם ישראל עוד חי. יהודי זה אחי, זה שלם לא חצי, זהו כוח אדיר לעולם הוא מאיר. יהודי זה הכל, לעולם לא ייפול, זהו זן מיוחד, זה עם אחד. וארץ ישראל פורחת, זורחת, ממש ביד כולם, ואת הדלת היא פותחת לכל מי שרוצה לבוא לכאן. לכל מקום שבו תלך, כולם יודעים שבניסים הוא מתקיים, ואת כל מי שרק תשאל, תשמע שעם ישראל עוד חי. יהודי זה אחי, זה שלם לא חצי, זהו כוח אדיר לעולם הוא מאיר. יהודי זה הכל, לעולם לא ייפול, זהו זן מיוחד. יהודי זה אחי, זה שלם לא חצי, זהו כוח אדיר לעולם הוא מאיר. יהודי זה הכל, לעולם לא ייפול, זהו זן מיוחד. זה עם אחד. נחמן on the guitar. לכל מקום שבו תלך, כולם יודעים שבניסים הוא מתקיים, ואת כל מי שרק תשאל,
נשמע שעם ישראל אותך. יהודי זה אחי, זה שלם לא חצי, זהו כוח אדיר לעולם ומאיר. יהודי זה הכל, לעולם לא ייפול, זהו זר ויבחן. Everyone sing
All right, now I need everyone in your living room or your dining room or wherever you find yourself to check your feet. Make sure you have your dancing shoes on, because here we go. Ivri onoichi. רבותיו העם הזה בדרך, ואני הולך עם ראש למעלה, כל אחד בנו בת של מלך. כך היה, וככה זה גם הלאה, יהודים נשמה בוערת. בכל מקום ובכל ארץ, אני לא רוצה שיהיה אחרת. יהודי אני, זה משהו נצחי, בני אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. בני אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, בנות שרה רבקה רחל, ולאו עברי אנוכי ויעש השם אלוקי השמיים אני יורד. 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 עברי אנוכי ויעש השם, עברי אנוכי ויעש השם. Sing עברי אנוכי ויעש השם אלוקי השמיים אני יורד. עברי אנוכי ויעש השם אלוקי השמיים אני יורד. A little bit of history I've been through. Ask me where I'm from, and I will tell you I'm a Jew, and every Jew's a proud Jew. And not just me, my sisters and my brothers, don't ever be ashamed to be a proud Jew. It's not what you've done, that's how he made you. So sing this song and spread the pride around you. Yehudi ani, eternally, B'nai Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov. B'nai Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, b'not Sara rivka Rachel, v'Leo ivri onochi v'es Hashem elikei hashamayim ani yored. Ivri onochi v'es Hashem elikei hashamayim ani yored. Ivri onochi v'es Hashem elikei hashamayim ani yored. Ivri onochi v'es Hashem elikei hashamayim. Everybody sing along now. Ivri onochi. Thank you, Nachum Siegel. Take it away.
Thank you, Benny. And as Benny was singing, you may have noticed we've exceeded 802,000. I said we can get to 800,000 in the next few minutes, and you've come through. Everyone who hasn't yet given, please come through and add to this total. Right now, it's 803,000. Go to charity.com/Makkor. And remember, this entire production is going to be up on the website through the end of the campaign. So you have until now, until 10 p.m. tomorrow night, to watch the campaign, or I should say to watch the show at charity.com/Makkor. If you've tuned in late, you'll be able to go to the website at charity.com/Makkor to watch it. You're watching a Davidowitz production from the beautiful and spacious studios of Flow Motion here in Brooklyn, New York. I want to thank the Freilich Band, who's of course our band tonight, and all of our wonderful performers. Those of you who haven't yet given, 803,500. Let's see that number increase. Dr. Yechiel Zegelbaum is our guest. A pleasure to welcome him to the show. Dr. Zegelbaum, welcome to this presentation on behalf of Makkor.
Thank you very much for having me.
You have been described as the Makkor pediatrician. What does that mean?
For lost track, but about 15 years now, I've been lucky, blessed, and really fortunate to be the doctor for the 2 boys' homes, the girls' home in Seagate, and the babies' home. And it's been an absolute privilege and pleasure.
So it's interesting, you've seen the staff from a completely different angle than others have, and you've actually become familiar with them. It's not like a hospital where they may have seen them for a week or two. You see them on a regular basis somewhat.
There is no place like Makkor. There's no place like the homes. It's the most special place on earth. They're treated better than their own children. They're treated like the most precious diamonds in the world. The nurses, Yehudis, Brachalea, Naomi, Perry, they treat the children and they take care of the clients like gold, like diamonds. And everybody in these homes, the guys in the guys' homes, the girls, the ladies in the babies' home, they just treasure these children. They take care of them morning to night. God forbid they're not feeling well. They have to go to a hospital. There's not 1 second someone's not at their bedside. And they truly, truly care for them like it's their own children and even better. And it's just an absolute pleasure.
It sounds like you're ready to tell everybody out there that it's important to support this cause, that as Makkor continues to be funded by the community, they're doing some amazing work.
I have no idea. It's amazing. It's a wonderful place. Take an opportunity to go on a visit or to step in. You know, when this COVID-19 will pass and we'll be able to get back to normal. It's an amazing place. Even with all that was going on with the coronavirus, the place was kept immaculate. The sterility was perfect. The health care was amazing. And they're really taking care of from all their needs, special needs, their emotional needs. They take them on trips. And everybody, from morning to night, from first person to the last, loves them. And there's just a feeling of love. You walk into the home, there's a feeling of excitement, a feeling of love. It doesn't feel like some old nursing home. It feels like a house of children, a house of life. They're all in the boys' home, they're all like brothers. In the girls' home, they're all there happy. There's music playing. In the babies' home, the kids are running around, and those that can, with joy on their face. And they're really loved. It's amazing.
It's funny, you did say just a moment ago that COVID will end at some point.
It will end.
We will be able to get back to normal.
We will.
And it must be interesting, all of these visits that you've had to take care of during this time. Has it been a real alteration for you, or things have been somewhat normal?
Somewhat normal for me. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a bracha, and you just do your best one day at a time.
Yeah, no question about that.
It's been the same.
We're at $804,000 and asking the community to get us to the goal by tomorrow night of $1.25 million. As you serve in this capacity, and you've been doing it a while, you also have to remember that the Makkor organization is around for 4 or 5 decades at this point. There's something about longevity and reliability. It seems that it has become, you say, a diamond or a gem here in our community, throughout the community. When an organization is able to sustain this type of track record, they have to be noticed.
It's more than have to be noticed. It's appreciated. They are doing an amazing job, an amazing thing. They're taking these children who would ordinarily be in some family home or in a hospital or in a setting where they weren't treated like children, and they're able to grow up in literally a Jewish home with everything there is, Shabbos, Yom Tov, school. It's incredible, and it's a joy to behold, and while keeping them healthy. And these are complicated kids, very, very complicated kids. And the nurses perform heroic efforts, and each member does, right? Some of the children are on multiple medications, and yet care. It's the most amazing thing. Everything done exactly the way it should be done. Everything done perfectly. And morning to night, 24 hours a day, somebody's watching over them and taking care of them in their own personal home. It's incredible.
So
it's
some
an
of these
amazing
cases could be for you among your most complicated cases to a degree, right?
By far, by far.
And when they follow your direct instructions, that must be a good feeling that the staff members are taking it so seriously and making sure to follow through properly.
Not a big direction guy. But
you do give them a course of what needs to be done, right?
As a team effort and as a group, with Siyata D'Shmaya and Hashem's help, we do the best we can, one person at a time.
Well, knowing you, I agree with that. Dr. Yechiel Zegelbaum, join me in encouraging everybody to support Makkor.
I can't push and plead and encourage you enough. Makkor is a wonderful, wonderful organization doing amazing things and amazing work. Please find it in your hearts. Take the opportunity to give to this wonderful organization and help them continue to do the greatest work possible. They're really amazing.
Dr. Zegelbaum, and I remind you that every time you give, it's worth 3 times the amount. Everything is being tripled, and we've exceeded $805,000. Let's keep going, everybody. By the time we leave this broadcast, we'd like to be at a very special number. Please keep it going. You have until tomorrow night, but we'd love it for it to happen right now during this broadcast. 805,000 is where we're at. Give at charity.com/Makkor. We now go back to our 2 performers of the evening, Benny Friedman and Joey Newcomb.
She was sitting on the street, sorrow in her eyes, a tin can at her feet, holes in her stockings and holes in her shoes. She's an old beggar woman, no stranger to bad news.
So I reached in my pocket to give a bill or two. In my mind I was trying to see what I could do. She thanked me for the money. I turned to walk away, but I waited for a moment and she began to say, God loves the widow and the orphan and the blind, old and the needy who haven't got a dime. Oh, God loves the sickly, in his eyes we're all the same. God, he loves you too, in the sunshine, in the rain. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know where she came from, I don't know her at all. Wrinkles on her face, they kinda tell it all. So reach in your pocket and give a bill or two, and you can thank God in heaven that the beggar isn't you. God loves the widow and the orphan and the blind, the old and the needy who haven't got a dime. Hey, God loves the sickly, in his eyes we're all the same. God, he loves you too, just call upon his name.
God loves the widow and the orphan and the blind, old and the needy who haven't got a dime. Yeah. God loves the sickly, in his eyes we're all the same. God, he loves you too, just call upon his name. Just call upon his name.
Call upon his name.
Thank you very much. I am enjoying all the accolades and titles that I'm getting from both of you tonight. Thank you, Benny and Joey. $807,000. Going to make our next two guests very happy to know that we've exceeded that benchmark, $807,000. But in all fairness, I'd like to see that number increase, as do we. Please continue to give and support Makor Disability Services. You do have until tomorrow night, but you know what we're encouraging? We're encouraging everybody to give now and to make a special number during this show, during this special broadcast. Hillel Jaffa is with us. He is a board member here at the Makor Disability Services. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
And Mati Weisbrod is a board member and also a paramedic at Brooklyn Hatzalah. A pleasure to have you both here. Good evening to both of you. So earlier I asked someone on the show about this being an active board at Makor Disability Services, and proudly they said, yes, it's a very active board. What are some of the things that board members, aside from helping on the financial end in a night like tonight, what are some of the things a board member has to contend with on a regular basis?
I think the most important thing of a board member is to visit the homes and show the people that are running the homes and the office staff as well that we're part of them. And that's important. That's a message that resonates, that when we visit the homes and there's anything that they need, we could assist them. And it's something that it's a team. We work together as a team, and we're able to, and this was our first campaign, and it was really a lot of work, and there's a lot of special people that really worked very hard. The office staff, from everybody internally, special mention to Shia Menlowitz, who helped us put together the production tonight.
Thank you, Shia.
Behind the scenes. And so it's just a lot of active involvement on a day-to-day basis.
You know, I was happy to see that when the campaign kicked off, it was already accelerating in terms of financial support, thank God. Makkor has been around a long time, and therefore a lot of people in the community are familiar with it, and they're not hesitant to give once they're asked. Your family's been involved for a while. Speak about the lasting value of this organization.
So my father's been involved, as you interviewed him before, for close to 50 years.
Right.
It's a long time. And a few years ago, my father had asked me to go visit the baby's home. And I have to tell you, when I walked into the baby's home, I was blown away. I was just if you go to somebody's house that you're friends with, there's a comfortable feeling.
Right.
And that is the feeling that you get when you go into any of the homes and you see the staff interact with the people. It's just something that you feel at home, and you see the love. You could feel it. And that's something that just it resonated in me right away. And then
you were hooked.
Once I was hook, line, and sinker. And, my father's been very active every single week for almost 40, 50 years.
Amazing.
And I'm really glad that he got me involved. And I look to continue his, in his footsteps.
Mati Weisbrod, what's your first encounter that you remember with Makkor?
I've been in and out of Makor homes for over 23 years as a teleparamedic. We get many calls in their homes. And as soon as you walk in, like all your guests before have said, it's an unbelievable sight to see. It's completely different than the other institutions that you go to. We visit many other institutions, and all of them are great. But there's something unique about Makor homes that when you walk in, you truly feel like you walk into your own dining room, your own bedroom. The care there is phenomenal. The staff, the volunteers are just absolutely amazing. And that's the first thing that strikes you as soon as you walk into any one of their facilities, whether it be the baby's home or the adult homes. It's truly unbelievable.
And you can attest to the fact, as Dr. Zegelbaum said earlier, that there's some complicated medical situations, and yet some of these staff members who, may not have had other experiences in the field of medicine show themselves to be so dedicated and so caring when it comes to these circumstances.
I'll share a quick story to that effect. I think it was about 6 or 7 years ago. We got a call for a cardiac arrest in their home, and it was in their baby's home. We got there, it was a 3-year-old that went into cardiac arrest while sitting in her wheelchair. She had stopped breathing, and one of the staff members immediately noticed that she stopped breathing and called Hatzalah. When we got there, the baby was in cardiac arrest. We were able to resuscitate her successfully, which is something that's very unique in children, because once they do go into cardiac arrest, it's difficult to resuscitate them, especially children with such difficulties to begin with.
Right.
But because the downtime was so low, which really wouldn't happen in any other institution, because they're so hands-on and constantly with the children and constantly on top of them, that they were able to see it immediately, and we were very successful in the resuscitation.
Amazing. Hillel, what's the next step? Is it all about growth and expansion? Is it trying to fund as many services as possible?
Yeah, between the state cutbacks and everything else that's going on, We have an active board now, and we're just looking to continue doing any special projects and just trying to catch up. You know, hospital advocacy program, like was mentioned. We have staff in the hospital 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it costs a few $100,000 a year that we do not get reimbursed from the state. And these projects, along with other projects, entail money. We need everybody to go to charity.com, Makkor, and give as much as they can so we can continue with these services.
You've never had to rely on the community the way you need to now.
No, it's interesting that you say that because due to the fact that the funding has been cut because of the pandemic this past year, and that the state, unfortunately had to cut, together with the hospital advocacy program for the last 3-4 years has caught up. And therefore, we have to reach out to the community and say, please help us. Please help us. This is our community, and we need the help.
Hillel and Matti join me in asking everybody to be as generous as possible. We're at 808,000 as that number continues to climb, thank God. Let it climb higher and higher throughout the night, please. Campaign goes till tomorrow. We want to go off the air tonight with a great total. You can make it happen. Everything is tripled, charity.com/Makkor. And please, over the next 24 hours, share that link with family and friends on your social media, WhatsApp, etc. Spread the word. You see what Makkor has been for almost a half a century and how reliable they've been for our community in the work that they do. Let's give them what they need to continue forward. And I thank our board members for being here tonight. We have a special video presentation and more coming up. Keep giving at charity.com/Makkor.
About 3 months ago, I learned of a new miracle. It's when Reb Hillel brought me to one of the homes of Makkor, and I was able to see the unbelievable things that are happening in the walls of that home. It's heartbreaking to understand what a child goes through in this world when one has to go to the hospital without anyone to advocate for them, without anybody to defend them. And someone who they don't know and they don't recognize comes and says, take the medicine. They could scream, they could bite. There is no provision in the government that they have somebody that goes along with them. Unfortunately, it takes funds. But knowing that Makkor is here, if they will ever need anything, they see to it that the children should thrive in the best way that they can. It's an amazing thing because they give the children life. Let alone all of the people and the adults that are serviced throughout the 32 facilities, 32 Gematria Lev, because what this organization has, what Makkor is a Gematria of Lev. It is a heart. It can't happen unless the resources are given to Makkor to be able to continue their life-saving work. Everybody has a chance to help, to make the children smile. We all have the chance to be part of the miracle called Makkor. It changed my life. I'm sure it will change yours.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the stage area. We did a special song tonight in honor of Makkor, written and produced by Dreamcatch Media, and we've been getting overwhelming feedback, great feedback. It was such a beautiful video and a really beautiful lyrics to a beautiful song, and we're going to take this opportunity before we say goodnight to do the song again, and this time to try to make sure we get it 100% correct. So for your listening pleasure and to encourage you to reach deep into your pocket and give another donation, here we go, Makkor, my home.
My muscles may be weak, and it's hard for me to speak, but let me tell you what you'd find. If you could read my mind, you'd be in for a surprise. There's a sparkle in my eyes, and I'm hoping that you'd see my deepest place for all you've given me. Although a house is built with just cement and stone, only warmth and gentle caring builds a home. So Makor, if you could feel my heart, you'd soon understand what sets you apart. Because a structure can be built with carpentry, but only love and kindness builds a family. So for all the thoughtfulness you've shown, I'm thanking you, Makor, you are my own. I may walk a little slow and often stumble as I go. Things are not as they may seem. I too have hopes and dreams, that when I walk through my front door, I'm feeling safe and secure, so that my heart breaks out in song, knowing this is where I belong. Although a house is built with just cement and stone, only warmth and gentle caring builds a home. So Makor, if you could feel my heart, you'd soon understand what sets you apart. Because a structure can be built with carpentry, but only love and kindness builds a family. So for all the thoughtfulness you've shown, I'm thanking you, Makor, you are my own. In the company of friends, your helping hand extends with attention and concern. You help me grow, you help me learn. It's the perfect place for me, where I know I'm meant to be. And for everything you do, Makor, I owe so much to you. Although a house is built with just cement and stone, only warmth and gentle caring builds a home. So Makor, if you could feel my heart, you'd soon understand what sets you apart. Because a structure can be built with carpentry, but only love and kindness builds a family. So for all the thoughtfulness you've shown, I'm thanking you, Makor, you are my own.
Thank you very much. Nachum Siegel, back to you.
Thank you, Benny. Beautiful video. A big thank you to the producer of the video, Dream Catch Video, for that presentation, of course, of the great song. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching, we're starting to wind down this special presentation on behalf of Makkor Disability Services. But remember, the charity.com/Makkor campaign continues tomorrow night, until tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can give right now and throughout the entire campaign and have any amount tripled. Charity.com/Makkor, charity.com/Makkor. Makkor turns residences into homes. They help parents give their children a wonderful life. They give opportunities to clients with the Makor College Experience program, as we discussed, and so many other programs and services that they provide. Makkor needs your help to meet the needs of all the residential, therapeutic, social, medical, developmental, and spiritual needs of individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities. Please help now. Please, if you want to use the phone number, it's on the screen, 516-916-2567. The best way to give and the easiest way, charity.com/Makkor, CHARIDY.com/Makkor. We have been seeing some amazing donations throughout the night, and we've been seeing some big numbers because every single donation is tripled. Right now, we're at $811,000. And everybody here, from the artists to the Freilich Band to all the people at Makkor, want to see that number get higher and higher in the next few minutes and in the next few hours. Please give what you can. Make tonight, which has already been an amazing success, make it as successful as possible. Every donation is tripled. Again, charity.com/Makkor. A big thank you to everyone at Davidowitz Productions. A thank you to Flow Motion here in Brooklyn, New York, for their beautiful and spacious studio for tonight's event. And a big thank you to all of you for tuning in, for being part of this, and for donating already $811,000 in our way to $1.25 million. A special thank you to my staff, especially Miriam L. Wallach. And now, everybody out there, it is time to really rev things up. And as I'm looking at Joey and Benny, they are in the mood to really rev things up. Welcome back one more time, Benny Friedman and Joey Newcomb.
Doishi, ani oiro, ani yafa. Ewe lovely, el kedoishi, ani oiro, ani yafa. Ye lovely, el kedoishi, ani oiro, ani yafa. Lovely, el kedoishi, ani oiro, ani yafa. Hey, hailege, hailege. We want to get closer to you. Please bring us closer to you. Oh, yo, hey, we want to get closer to you. Oh, yes, we do. Please bring us closer to you. Benny over there.
El que doisi ani oilo ani ofo el velovi el que doisi ani oilo ani ofo el lovi el que doisi ani oilo ani ofo ay el lovi el que doisi ani oilo ani ofo we want to get closer to you. Please bring us closer to you. Oh, yeah. We want to get closer to you. Yes, we do. Please bring us closer to you. Yeah, yeah.
תודה לך, תודה לך, תודה לך כלי הולך איתך ורק איתך לא יכול לי תודה לך על חושך בי על האור הטוב
תודה לך, אתה תמיד קרוב. תודה לך על שמש בשמיים בכל יום. תודה על אהבה המלווה לכל מקום. תודה לך על הניסים ביום לא תבגע. מודה אני מלך חי וקיים. תודה, תודה לך השם. הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם. כל הנשמתי הלב גוי מחכה רק לשיר תודה, תודה. תודה לך השם. הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם. כל הנשמתי הלב גוי מחכה רק לשיר תודה. פותח את ידיך ומשפיע לכל חי. בהריקוי סילוכם רוחו עד בלי די. הקל הזן ומפרנס, גוזר ומקיים. על הכל תודה לך השם. תודה, תודה לך השם. הלב דורש ומבקש מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם. כל הנשמת הלב גיא מריה רק לשיר תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם. הלב דורש ומבקש מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם. כל הנשמת הלב גיא מחכה רק לשיר תודה.
Thank you, brother Joey. Joey Nuka.
Thank you, Freilich Band. Thank you, Nochem Siegel.
Heilige Reb Nochem over
The
there.
Heilige Reb Nochem. Thank you, Flow Motion Studio. Thank you, Dreamcatch Media. Thank you, Makkor. And thank you for all of you who made tonight.
Signing out, Hashem shall bless you all with Atzlach and Koyach and only good news. Mamish, and all the Heilige children and everybody, Mamish, Makkor, inspire the whole world. Continue what you do.
Amen, amen. L'chaim.